in love with myself, because when I'm in love with myself and I understand who I am and what I'm able to give, I give love so freely. So hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Kathleen, and for those joining for the first time, welcome. I'm also known as the Intentional Mom and Working Wife. So today's video, as you can see in the title, is about learning to love your partner. We could say learning to love your partner more, learning to love your partner deeper, or learning to love your partner again. Now, why do I want to talk about this? Well, naturally, I feel like in relationships, there are phases. So there are times when you love your husband or your wife this much, and then there are other times when you just love them this much. So in those moments when you feel you are just, I don't know, maybe friends, or you're just getting through this life together, I will give an instance or an example of being in a relationship, trying to find your way back together after having a child, because this is something that I have experienced, and I know I'm not the only one who's experienced this. I feel that a lot of us go through these phases, but we don't talk about them and we don't normalize certain feelings because we're scared of how people will perceive us, or what they'll think about our relationship, or does it mean our relationship is not strong enough, even though such emotions and such phases are normal in healthy relationships. So anyway, let me not bore you, let's get right into it. Okay, so I mean, at a point, your partner becomes your friend. You know, you've been together for so long. At this point, you've had kids, given the scenario, and life just gets in the way. I mean, you move. I think for a long time you operate in survival mode. After baby comes, for example, if it was your first child, so in my case it was our first child, and we move from being a team of 2 to a team of 3. We have no idea how to take care of this new human being, and we both want to do our best to make sure that we give this child the best of us so that we can have a happy and healthy child. So in all that noise, you still have to go on and work, because life goes on. Bills don't wait for you to find your ground. And yeah, life goes on, life happens, days move, it becomes months, and months become years. And before you know it, it's been 4 or 5 years since your child was born, and you kind of don't recognize each other anymore. Maybe not even 5 years. Let's give it 1 year. It's been a year since your child was born, and you don't recognize who your partner is. You don't recognize yourself. Your communication language has changed. And this is very normal, because you went from you loving each other as Kathleen and John, and then from that you've become Kathleen with a child and John with a child. So you're now parents, and it's your first time experiencing these versions of each other, and you have to learn how to love each other again. It's a new person, it's a new part of you that's growing with this child. So even the person that you once were changes. So the love language definitely changes. The way you receive and give love definitely changes. So it needs, or it requires, commitment and time, and just a little bit of dedication to just kind of like, you know, get back to a point of realization and say, look, we've just been through this, and this is where we want to be, and trying to figure out how you can get to that point. So I'm going to talk about 2 things in general that I think are linked to many other things. The first thing I want to talk about is the conception you have of yourself, the internalization, or how can I put it? I like to see it in this way. You give what you are, if that makes any sense. So you're going through this phase and you become a new mother and you're a whole new person, even to yourself. There's certain parts about you that you don't recognize anymore. You're not as fun as you used to be, maybe, or you're not as outgoing as you used to be, and so you're trying to relearn this new person. And oftentimes, because we don't recognize ourselves, we project that lack of recognition onto our partner, and so we act from a point of defense, so to say, or protection of the person that you once were, and maybe the fear of this person that you have become that you don't know, and so you're not sure of how to tread in those territories. So I think the first thing that one would do, or one should do in that moment, in that period, is to internalize, like, come to yourself as yourself and accept that you have changed. You're a different person. Your priorities have changed. Your outlook on life has changed. The amount of love you have to give has changed. Your responsibilities have changed, for crying out loud. A lot of things have changed emotionally and psychologically within you, things that you don't see, because yes, you saw your belly grow and you saw, for example, the gain of weight, and you see all these physical changes, but you don't really pay attention to the mental and the psychological and emotional changes that go on within you. And those are the things that you need to put right in order for you to be able to give love, because everything outward may be going amazing and perfect, but if on the inside you still don't feel 100%, you don't trust yourself enough to be able to love someone else, you will definitely not trust someone else to love you. So it starts from there, accepting that you have gone through this huge transformation that changes you across all your beings. Like, it changes you entirely. And so when you come out of that, finally, that bubble of newborn, and you're finally getting back on your feet, and you're like, oh, I am actually married, oh, that's my partner. When you're getting back into like real life, into the real zone, and you get your head out of that bubble, is when you should start. It's not easy, and I say this lightly. There's no pressure, because I also understand that postpartum stress, depression, anxiety grows in women after delivering. And I like to think that even for men, I can't speak for men, but from what I have seen, even men go through the emotional transformation, because it takes a lot to see your partner go through that physical transformation, and then you also have to now transform and become this father and this provider for this new being, this new soul that probably looks like you and relies on you 100% for their well-being. It's just a lot, it's a lot for a human being to process, and because we have so many distractions, work, family, other obligations, you really don't have time to just sit down and think about the things that you're feeling, the person that you're becoming, to like notice all those changes. So when you do have the time and you're out of that bubble and you're calm and you're partially sane, because I don't think you ever become sane after having a kid or kids, but just find that time to reflect on yourself. Find that place within you where you can dig out that love, like find things that remind you of who you were before you had the baby. So in some cases, for me, it's music. Like, I'll turn on some music and I'll just sing, or I'll dance alone, just getting back in love with myself. Because when I'm in love with myself and I understand who I am and what I'm able to give, I give love so freely. So just find a way to get back into your zone. Find things that remind you of who you were before you became a mom, and just hang on to those things, hold on to them. Find 2 things, 3 things: cooking, dressing up, I don't know, find something that you can do that can remind you of that person that you were. Spend time with the people that pour into you, like that encourage you to be a better you. Or I don't know, some people work out. So do that thing that just makes you feel, yeah, this is me. I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, and I'm enough, I'm worthy. And when you feel those things, trust and believe you're going to reflect and project those things even to your partner. So you're going to see that your partner is worthy, your partner is sexy, your partner is handsome, and that will grow the love that you had before, because it's only from that love that you can grow into something bigger and something better, I think. So definitely harnessing that, and just trying to find that core of you, that part of you that reminds you of who you were before you became a mom. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is being intentional, being deliberate on how you spend your time together. This is something that I think I contested so much in the beginning, because I just felt like I had so much to do. I had to breastfeed, I had to work, I had to do this, I had to be a sister, I had to be a daughter. There was just so much that was going on. I just couldn't find the space in my mind or in my life to just make space for me and my husband, because I felt like we just had so much on our plate. But I'm so grateful that I have someone who, when I couldn't fight for us, he was able to fight for us. So, just someone to remind you and say, look, I know you have this to do and you need to do that, and you feel that you are doing this all on your own, but you're not alone. I'm here with you. So let's take 30 minutes. Let's go for a walk. Let's take 30 minutes and just chat, and I don't know, do something. Let's watch a movie together. When your child is asleep, 1 or 2 hours, just do something together. It doesn't have to be outdoors. It doesn't have to be extravagant. Just something together. Reconnect, relearn each other, talk about the experience of becoming a mother, experience of becoming a father. I mean, share notes. You will never understand just what your partner is going through. Like, you never understand that. What am I trying to say? It will blow your mind when you find out that half of the things you've been going through, your partner has been going through too, because it's a human process. I think it's a natural human process. So just speaking about how you feel, even the things that you don't want to say that may seem like negative, because I think we feel as parents you can't say anything negative about your child, because then it means you're a bad mom or a bad dad. But it's okay to sometimes say like, oh my goodness, I really I can't wait for this little one to sleep, or I hope it doesn't wait. Just be honest with how you're feeling. Like, oh, peace, finally. It's okay. Those are normal and natural feelings. You don't always have to be in protective mode. Learn to drop your guard a little bit, at least around your partner, so that you can allow your partner the room to love you back and to fill your cup with love. Because at the end of the day, mama, you're giving and you're giving and you're giving and you're giving. You're giving love. You're pouring love into this child, love into your home. You're cooking, and you're doing everything that you can do for everybody but yourself. So once you're able to realize that you are worthy of accepting love, of receiving love, drop your guards a little bit and receive that love. And some people it takes longer than others, and some people it wouldn't take them so long. But trust your process, and trust yourself, and trust the person that you chose to start this family with, and just be deliberate with your time spending together. I just want to talk about another thing that really helped while we talk about deliberation and just being deliberate and spending time together, is also finding time away from your child, just the two of you. We recently just took a holiday without our son, and it was amazing. So just having that time to just, to breathe, to finally have a full night worth of sleep, that is something. And to both share those magical moments of waking up and I don't have to change a diaper, or waking up and I don't have to make breakfast for a little toddler, just having that free space to just breathe and to be yourselves and remember how you used to love on each other before you became parents. That is something that I think is top tier, and it's something that I feel has helped me a lot, and I really hope it helps you too. And I just wanted to share that a little bit, and I hope it touches someone or encourages someone or takes you out of that dark place. In case you're feeling you're alone, you're not alone. A lot of women go through this. You're not the first person to go through it, definitely not the last. And just because in this moment you're not feeling like you have enough love to give to your partner does not mean you're not in love with your partner. It's just you are low on supply. So fill up your cup, fill it up with all the good things, and yeah, once it's full, you'll be able to give it right back at him. And yeah, that's something that I've been doing and I hope to continue doing. Yeah, so catch you in my next video, and yeah.